Hello there guys and welcome to Sean on Sports. I hope you're all well. So today's video is going to be, and I'll go through all the squads and let you know players to look out for. Now unfortunately this video is not being filmed as I'm due to go away on Wednesday the 22nd of May. So there's going to be a few audio videos such as this one going up before then, and then when I get back around the 1st of June we shall be filming daily World Cup videos with news, results and all that great stuff. So let's get straight into the video. We'll go through the teams alphabetically. I'm sure you all know the 10 teams involved. So let's start with Afghanistan. So they've gone with After Alarm, Gubar Nabi, Asa Afghan, Hamad Hussain, Zazi Mohammed Shahzad, Zadran, Rahamit Shah, Simla Shimwari, Cameron. Then they also have the likes of Hamisha Shaliadi, Mohammed Nabi, Mujib Rahman, Noor Ali Daran, Rashid Khan, Iran Khan Ali, and Sayah Shiraz. So I don't think there's any surprise from the Afghanistan squad. The player I would say is their main player to watch is Rashid Khan. Now I'm a member of Sussex County Cricket Club here in England, and Rashid Khan is our overseas player in the T20. And I see him a couple of times last year. I've obviously seen him on the telly like everyone else, but up live he's something different to watch. He's totally phenomenal. And I think in an interview he mentioned that he's got about 10 different deliveries he can bowl, so I don't think he knows what he's going to bowl sometimes. But definitely a player to watch for Afghanistan. Other notable players for them, I would say their wicketkeeper, Shahzad, is definitely one to watch. He can give it a good biff at the top of the order. He's an attacking player. And also, having watched the Big Bash the last couple of years, Mohammed Nabi. So there are the three players to watch for Afghanistan. Now let's move on to the old enemy, Australia, who, as we know, are welcoming back, maybe controversially, Steve Smith and David Warner. Their squad is Finch, Carey, Cummins, Lyon, Maxwell, Smith, Stoinis, Zampa, Berendorf, Courtenoyle, Khawaja, Marsh, Richardson, Kane Richardson, that is, Mitchell Stark, David Warner and Jai Richardson, who's been withdrawn. I should have read that out first, really. I'm surprised they haven't gone with Billy Stanlake. I don't know if he's injured, but he's obviously a big tall bowler. He can extract pace and bounce on the pitches which are probably needed, especially at Trent Bridge and places like Bristol. So I would say the player to watch for Australia is going to be Aaron Finch. I think he finds his form in England generally. He's played a lot of county cricket for the likes of Surrey and Yorkshire. He knows the conditions very well. Obviously he's opening the batting for Australia, which is probably the most lucrative time to be batting in England, especially in 50 over cricket. Obviously, other players to look out for. Obviously, Steve Smith. Who knows what form he'll be in after the IPL. He didn't have the best IPL. I know he's been injured. And then, obviously, let's have a look at the bowlers. Mitchell Stark's always a danger. I like the look of Kane Richardson. As I say, I've seen a fair bit of Australian cricket over here with BT Sport, the likes of the Big Bash. And we get their test matches and the one day cricket that they play Australia. So yes, I would say they'll be their three main players. I shall put a graphic up on the screen for you. So moving swiftly on, let's have a look at the Bangladesh squad. I might butcher some of these names here. Again, I don't know too much about Bangladesh. I obviously know a few of their players, the likes of Mustafa Rahman and Tammy Iqbal. So let's have a look at their squad. They're led by their captain, of course, Mushraf Morza. And their squad also had the likes of Lisan Daz, Mohid Hassan, Mohammed Safuddin, Mustafika Rahman, Rubal Hassan, Shala Hassan, Tammy Iqbal, as I mentioned before, Abu Jade, Mohamedillah, Mohammed Mitten, Musak Hassan, Mustafa Rahman, Shabab Rahman, and Sulman Saka. So, based on my terrible knowledge of Bangladeshi cricketers, I would say the 3 players to watch there would be Mustafa Rahman and Tammy Iqbal. Let's move on to the home nation, the host, England, the favourites in most people's eyes. Obviously, they're led by captain Owen Morgan, and then you've got Johnny Bairstow, Tom Curran, Liam Plunkett, Joe Root, Ben Stokes, Chris Wokes, Moeen Ali, Joss Buttler, Joe Denley, Adil Rashid, Jason Roy, David Willey, and Mark Wood. Now, we know that there's going to be a few changes to that. I think they've got until the 21st of May. As we all know, Alex Hales is no longer in it due to his misdemeanours. And he's expected to be replaced by James Vince. Also, what's going to happen with the bowlers? You've got Willey, Wood, Wokes and Plunkett all potentially eligible for the drop. Personally, I'll leave out Chris Wokes and replace him with Jofra, just because I think on balance, especially with Mark Wood, you would want to have him in the squad, wouldn't you? But you don't know what Mark Wood's going to turn up, if he's going to be fit or injured. But just imagine a bowling attack with Jofra Archer and Mark Wood in it. Also, I think there'll be another change. I think Liam Dawson will come in to replace Joe Denley, especially if they see Joe Denley as a backup spinner rather than a batsman. I think Liam Dawson will be his replacement. Players to watch. I'm going to go for 2 in this occasion. I'm going to go for Tom Curran and Jofra Archer. Now let's have a look at the Indian squad. I think this is probably England's biggest threat for the World Cup. They're led by Virat Kohli. They've got Jasprit Brumar, Dhawan, Ravinder Jadeja, Dinesh Karthik, Kumar, Panda, Shankar, Rohit Sharma, Shahal, MS Dhoni, Kadil Jadhav, Kuldeep Yadav, Mohammad Shami and KL Rahul. There was quite an uproar, I would say, when the India squad was announced. Not that they bought MS Dhoni, because we all expected him to be in the World Cup squad, but they didn't bring in, I completely forgot his name. I'm going to have a little Google here. My mind has gone blank. Indian wicket. Sorry about this, folks. Rishabh Pant. Of course it is Rishabh Pant. So let's have a look at the India squad now, led by Virat Kohli. Obviously, there was uproar that Rishabh Pant didn't get included. So let's have a look at the squad that they've picked. So Jasprit Brumar, Shafar Dhawan, Ravinder Jadeja, Dinesh Karthik, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Hardik Pandya, Vijay Shanekar, KR Rahul, Mohammad Shami, Kuldeep Yadav, Kedar Jadhav, MS Dhoni, Y Yuvendra Shalala and Rohit Sharma. Obviously, Virat Kohli is their key player. I was very surprised that they didn't bring in Mr. Rashid Pant, but obviously the Indian selectors have their own ideas and their own thought processes. Maybe they thought it'd be nice to give MS Dhoni a nice send-off in England for his last Indian appearance, who knows. But players to watch for me, Virat Kohli, Bumrah are the two standouts. Let's move on to the New Zealand squad, led by Kane Williamson. Their squad is Bolt, Lockie Ferguson, Matt Henry, Colin Munro, Henry Nichols, Ish Sodhi, Ross Taylor, Tom Blundell, Colin de Gronholm, Martin Guptill, Tom Latham, James Neesham, Mitchell Santa and Tim Southey. So the obvious one for me that's been left out may be surprising, but it may not be. But I think New Zealand will go far in this tournament. They've got a great squad. Having to watch a lot of county cricket as I do, I was impressed with both Lockie Ferguson and Matt Henry last year for Derbyshire and Kent respectively. I think they could be two bowlers to look out for. Obviously, you also have the likes of Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson, and then Martin Guptill. So overall, this New Zealand squad is pretty good. Probably, apart from India, probably one of the best squads in the tournament, I would say. I definitely think they will go to the latter stages. Now, let's have a look at Pakistan. Obviously, playing England in the one-day series at the moment. They're playing at Trent Bridge today. They're led by Sarfraz, the captain. They've got Babar Azam, Fakhri Zaman, Hassan Ali, Ilmar Al-Haq, Mohammad Hafiz, Shadab Khan, Sarif Malik, Abul Ali, Fahad Ashraf, Haris Sahol, Imad Wazam, Junaid Khan. So quite a good squad. Again, they've also got the likes who are playing in this series of Shahid Afridi, and they've also got the young bowler Mohammad Hassan. So again, Pakistan are always there or thereabouts at the end, aren't they? Imran Al-Haq has impressed me so far in the series, batting in these little spectacles. I think Pakistan will be there or thereabouts again. Obviously, they won the Champions Trophy 2 years ago, so they are definitely not alien to English conditions. Now, let's have a look at the South Africans, led by Faf du Plessis. They've got Quinton de Kock, Imran Tahir, David Miller, Logul Nagadi, Dwayne Pretorius, Travis Shamsi, Rasav van Dussen, Hashim Amla, JP Dumini, Aidan Markram, Chris Morris, Alandi Prakiwalu, Casilo Labada, Dale Steyn, and that's their squad. My worry with them is, are they too reliant on the bowlers, particularly the likes of Rabada and Dale Steyn. You don't know how fit Dale Steyn will be. I don't know too much about Trabez Shamazi nor Dwayne Pretorius, but overall I think their batsmen, led by Faf du Plessis and with Quinton de Kock, JP Dumini, Hashim Amla, they are experienced enough to get to the latter stages. My player to watch for them will be Rabada, I think. Moving on to Sri Lanka, now I think they will struggle, potentially finish in 10th place. They're definitely in the rebuilding stage. Excuse me. They're definitely in the rebuilding stage after losing the likes of Jayawardena, Kumar Sangakkara, etc. etc. They're led by their captain, Duman Kranjitendi, and their squad is Nuwan Pradep, Sharon Latmal, Angelo Matthews, Jeevan Mendes, Trahisa Pereira, Laruhu Tiramani, Jeffrey Van der Reyzi, Danjan da Silva, Abjus Fernando, Lafis Malinga, Kushal Mendes, Kushal Pereira, Minda Savari, and Israel Udanda. Again, Sri Lankan cricket's on the rise back up again after their sort of recent decline, after their legends that I mentioned retired. Players to watch out for: De Silva, their opening batsman. I think he's good. The likes of Sharenga Latmal, he's always good. Kushal Mendes is a decent batsman. Obviously, you got the likes of Malinga and Matthews that have been there for some years. So I think, unfortunately for Sri Lanka, I think they'll finish 10th. Now moving on to the West Indies, led by Jason Holder. They got Carlos Brathwaite, Shelton Cottrell, the legend that is Chris Gale, Shahid Hope, Ashley Nurse, Kemar Roach, O'Shane Thomas, Fabian Allen, Darren Bravo, Shannon Gabriel, Sheramain Hetmeyer, Elvin Lewis, Nicholas Poran, and Andre Russell. So they have got their big guns back now, haven't they? The likes of Andre Russell and people that wasn't there before, Darren Bravo. So definitely they've got their squad back together at the right time. Again, you never know which West Indian side's going to turn up. I think they're a bit of hit and miss. I predict them to just miss out of the group phase. I don't think they'll qualify for the quarterfinals. So that is my look at the 10 squads for the World Cup and players to look out for. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As I said, I'll be doing daily World Cup videos. This is only just because of what I said at the start. I'm away from the 22nd, so haven't got time to sort of film videos and whatnot, but I will when I get back. Make sure you're subscribed. Follow me on Twitter, Sean on Sports95, and don't forget to subscribe, as I said. And thanks for listening. You've done well if you made it through the 19 minutes. But anyway, once again, thanks for your support. Appreciate it. See you next time.